Welcome to Cory's Stories. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Hello, my little friend. Just a quick minute before your meditation story comes on. Did you know that you could be in the Real Cat Club or in a Tucker and Leo club? If you want to hear exclusive stories that no one else gets to hear, that might have your name in, go to the Patreon link just below this video and sign up. Namaste, my little friend. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that you're all comfortable in your bed. Check that everything is just right in your room so that you can relax. Grab some of your teddies or your Squishmallos or whatever it is that you want to snuggle with as you listen to the story. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya were so desperately bored. It had been raining for hours and hours and hours. A storm, actually. There was thunder and lightning, and they were really bored because they'd done all the games that they could possibly think of that you could play inside when it's raining. All they wanted to do was just go outside and play on the grass, or play with their friends, or just do something fun, instead of it being boring rain. Eventually, though, that day, the rain did stop. The cats were all sat on the windowsill staring out of their bedroom window. They'd been sat there ages. First, they were just watching the rain. Then they thought about meditating for a while to pass some time on. They listened to some music. Anyway, the rain stopped, and now they were staring out at the window, looking at the most perfect, glorious, beautiful rainbow. The colors were so strong and vibrant. I mean, every rainbow is pretty, but this one was super special. It was really special. The colors were so strong and vibrant. All the clouds around it were perfect, big, white, fluffy clouds. There was something about it that looked especially interesting to Vaya. Vaya said to Heidi and Cherry, her sisters, "I bet you any money that Santa Rainbow Kitten needs us for something." Now, it's been a long time since they've been to Rainbow Land. They've been busy doing other things with their friends, growing up, hanging out. It had been ages since they'd been there. Maybe almost a year. But there was something about this rainbow that definitely said that they needed to go back. What Vaya said, both Cherry and Heidi agreed was probably right. Santa Rainbow Kitten must need them for something. Just like the last time they went when they were needed for something very special. Cherry said, "Oh yeah, OMG, it's been so long. I love that place so much. Oh yeah, I'd love to go back to Rainbow Land. Let's go, let's get as wellies on, girls, let's go." As the cats were putting on their rainbow Wellington boots, their rubber boots, because it was so wet and rainy and miserable outside, Cherry said, "It was a little bit weird last time we went though, weren't it? It was a bit strange." Vaya agreed that it was a bit strange the last time they went to Rainbow Land. Heidi said, "Come on girls, we should probably get going." I feel like that call to us is just so loud with that beautiful rainbow looking so perfect. It's definitely something. Santa Rainbow Kitten really needs us. The cats went to the bottom of the rainbow. Now, just like they've been all the other times, normally they have to climb up the big, steep rainbow. And it takes them ages because, it's so big and so high in the sky. And it's a really big effort and they're always super tired by the time they get to the top of it. And then the fun part about it is they get to slide down on the bums. They sit down on their little tushes and they slide all the way down until they get into Rainbow Land. That's always how they've done it. But this time, when they turned up to the bottom of the rainbow, they noticed that there was a ride that took them all the way up the rainbow this time. Like a special sliding walkway. Cherry said, "OMG, that's new. That weren't there last time we came. They've upgraded, girls. They must have known that we were coming and they've set it up so that we get there so much easier because, I love Rainbow Land and everything, but that walk up that rainbow, it normally takes it out of me like you've never known. But this means with this new addition, this fancy sliding walkway thingy that we've got going on here, it means we'll get there a whole new way. Woohoo!" Heidi said, "Well, do we want to try it?" as they were walking up to the sliding walkway. Vaya said, "I'm not sure. I think maybe I'll just walk the normal way. Is it safe?" "Oh, Vaya, don't worry. We'll just hold each other's paws and it looks totally fine. And anyway, we're all together and it looks like it's going to be fun. Just imagine it's like a ride we've never been on. It's like going to like, I don't know, like a fairground ride. And you've been there so many times and you're like, oh yeah, that ride's fun. Oh yeah, that ride's fun over there. And then you see a new ride and you're like, oh, I want to go on that one because it looks so awesome. That's what I'm feeling right now, Vaya. So trust me, I think it's going to be just fine and so safe. And anyway, Santa Rainbow Kitten wouldn't set anything up that wasn't safe for us, right? Because she loves us so much, because we always help her when we go there. So yeah, it's going to be just fine." Heidi said, "I think it's worth a shot. Let's just get on it and it's going to save us a lot of time." So Heidi, Cherry and Vaya all jumped on the sliding walkway and started moving towards the top of the rainbow. It went quite fast, which was awesome. It wasn't like trying to trug or hike up there like they normally do. When they got to the top of the rainbow, all three of them jumped off. They sat down on the little kitty tushies, held paws, and slid really fast all the way down the big, giant, perfect rainbow. All the way down, 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 speeding down until they reached the bottom and found themselves in Rainbow Land once again. The first thing that they noticed was fields and fields, miles and miles of Squishmallows. Absolutely everywhere, as if they were growing out of the soil, like carrots or turnips or something. Cherry said, "Oh, OMG, it looks like those Squishmallows are harvesting something. Look at them, they're absolutely everywhere." Vaya spotted Santa Rainbow Kitten's house and said, "Guys, isn't that Santa Rainbow Kitten's house?" The cats started to walk to Santa Rainbow Kitten's house. To get to the house, they had to walk on top of the fields and fields of Squishmallows. They were walking really gently on them, but they were all soft and squidgy and fun to walk on. It was like literally walking on marshmallows, as if a field of marshmallows was there in front of you. Eventually, they got to Santa Rainbow Kitten's house. They knocked on the door, and the door screeched and creaked open. On the other side of the door was Santa Rainbow Kitten herself, smiling the biggest smile, as if to say, "It worked, the rainbow worked, it got you here." She looked at the cats and said, "Did you like the new addition?" Cherry said, "OMG! OMG, Santa Rainbow Kitten, that was so fun. It was so fun. Such a good idea. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Santa Rainbow Kitten. Thank you. We loved it. We loved it. Yeah, it was awesome." So, Santa, so, Rainbow Kitty, like kitten, Santa. Yeah, me old friend. How you doing? What's going on here? How's life? It's been so long. We've missed you guys so much. We absolutely love this place. I mean, it's like the bestest place on earth. Well, is it on earth or is it like in another world or something? Because, I mean, not every day you get to climb up a rainbow, do you? Well, this time we actually did the deluxe version. We actually rode up the rainbow, which was so nice. Like I said, it was so nice. Cherry was just going on and on and on, and Santa Rainbow Kitten was just smiling at her and smiling at Heidi and Vaya, and she'd not seen them for the longest time, so she was really happy to see them. She said when Cherry finally shut up, "Actually, I'm no longer Santa Rainbow Kitten. I'm Santa Rainbow Kitty, and things have changed around here. Since you guys were last here, I've actually had 3 children. 3 children. One of them is called Ava, the other one is called Teenager, and the other one is Baby Rainbow Kitten. Ava is 21, Teenager is 15, and Baby Rainbow Kitten is only 3. It's very different up here, you know. Time's not the same as it is down there where you guys are. Things can change here very quickly." "OMG, said Cherry. "You have kids, you have babies, you've got like 3 of them. Well, not even babies. I mean, Ava's 21. OMG, and Teenager's 15, and Baby Rainbow Kitten. Oh, that's such a cute name, Baby Rainbow Kitten. Oh, 3. Oh, what a great age. I really love that. Oh, that's so nice." Baby Rainbow Kitten was right there, hiding behind Santa Rainbow Kitty's legs. She peeked out a little bit. Vaya said, "Oh, she's dressed like a princess. Oh, I love that. Yay! Baby kitten's like me. She's like a princess like me." "OMG, she's absolutely adorable. So darn cute. Where's this teenage one? Where's the teenage kitten? I want to see her. I want to meet the teenage kitten. I bet she's absolutely awesome." Teenager walked out and Cherry said, "Who's this? Who are you?" Teenager Rainbow Kitten said, "I'm Teenager Rainbow Kitten. Who are you?" Cherry said, "I'm Cherry. I'm Cherry. Ain't you heard of me? Practically famous. I'm Cherry. I'm so famous. Well, you know, you're going to find out because I'm so awesome. I'm so great. And me and you, we're going to be like twinsies. We're going to get on so good." Teenager Rainbow Kitten asked Cherry if she liked games. Cherry said, "Me? Like games? Oh, you don't know me yet, do you? I love games. I love games. What kind of games? What games are you thinking of?" Teenager said, "Well, we could play ping pong. There's all sorts of games here. Got many games." Cherry said, "OMG, I love ping pong. I'm so good at it. Are you ready to lose? Because I'm so good at ping pong. I'm so good at it. Come on, let's do it." Cherry and Teenager Rainbow Kitten went to play games. Vaya, in the meantime, had sat down on the ground and she was talking to Baby Rainbow Kitten. They were talking about princess dresses and playing dress up and what kind of dresses baby Rainbow Kitten had and what colours they were and how frilly they were and if she had tiaras and did she have princess shoes. Oh, her and Vaya together were getting on so well. They were so much alike. Heidi asked where Ava was, Santa Rainbow Kitty's oldest child. Santa Rainbow Kitty said that Ava was at the hospital helping the patients. Heidi loved the sound of that because, you know Heidi, she's so smart, she'd read so many books, she'd read lots of different medical textbooks. You know, Heidi definitely could probably be a doctor if she wanted to. So the fact that Ava was working at the hospital was intriguing to Heidi. Heidi said, "Could we possibly visit the hospital? If Ava's on a break, we could meet her. I'd love to learn more about what she's doing and what it's like to be a doctor." Santa Rainbow Kitty said she would love to take Heidi to the hospital to hang out with Ava, who is a really brilliant doctor. But there's a problem, and that's why she called the cats there today. Vaya stopped talking to baby Rainbow Kitten for a second and looked up and said, "See, Heidi, I knew something was going on. I knew that Santa Rainbow Kitty needed us for something." Heidi looked at Santa Rainbow Kitty and said, "Okay, what is it? What's going on?" Santa Rainbow Kitty explained that the Squishmallows, even though they were super awesome and soft and loving and kind and very, very quick at growing, the problem was they'd been working on a very top secret experiment. Santa Rainbow Kitty explained that even she didn't know exactly what it was all about. But she did see the outcome of what this experiment was causing. All over the land, all over Rainbow Land, there were these weird machines popping up here, there, and everywhere. The machines looked like something that was cross between a really old VHS machine, like a video machine, versus an Xbox, versus, well, she just didn't know. She'd never seen anything like it. And there were models of them, scattered here, there, and everywhere, all over Rainbow Land. She was worried about this because she couldn't for the life of her get it out of the Squishmallows what it was that they were trying to build. What was it? Was it something that you could watch movies on? Was it something that you could make toast in? What was it? What were these things? And the thing that bothered her was they were all over the place, but every time she sent out someone to investigate, she couldn't figure out what the machines were. They didn't plug in, they didn't turn on, they didn't do anything that you could figure out what these boxes were. Heidi thought about it for a minute and said, "Let me collect Cherry. I'll get Vaya, and we'll go out and investigate and see if we can figure out what's going on for you." So that's what she did. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya went out into Rainbow Land. Santa Rainbow Kitty was right. In fact, the cats didn't understand why they hadn't noticed here, there, and everywhere on the way to Rainbow House that there was boxes, just little black boxes scattered everywhere. Cherry said, "How did we not see these? There's so many of them." "Ah, that's right. I was too busy looking and trying to avoid squishing all the Squishmallows when we were walking on them, and they were so soft and cute and squidgy and comfortable, and I was just miles away.
know what it was? It was probably because I was so entranced. I was so entranced by how nice and soft they are and how you just feel so much love when you give them a hug or you just touch them. Just touching them with your paws takes you into another world of like deep relaxation. Yeah, I didn't even notice all these black boxes. I wonder what all these black boxes are for.
Heidi said, like I said, Santa Rainbow Kitty needs us to figure out what they're for because the Squishmallows are building them. And she doesn't know why they're building them. The cats walked around for ages, picking up the boxes, trying to investigate. There weren't any buttons, there wasn't any plug holes, there wasn't anything obvious about these things or what they were. They tried to talk to lots of different Squishmallows. None of them would talk to them. They just had their cute little smiles and that was about it. After a while, Vaya got super tired. She sat down and started to rub her paws.
Oh, I don't think I can do this anymore. I'm so tired. And I mean, none of them are talking to us. How are we supposed to know what this is all about and what's happening here?
Cherry said,
Oh, I'm so tired too, OMG. Me pinkies are screaming. It feels like I've done a marathon today and we're getting absolutely nowhere.
Cherry slumped down on the ground next to Vaya. Heidi sat down with them. They were just sat there on the ground, surrounded by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Squishmallows and loads and loads and loads of these black mystery boxes.
Cherry said, maybe they're birthday presents. Maybe they're like, I don't know, like a type of spaceship. Maybe they're a spaceship. Maybe they're designing something that, you can just like travel into different dimensions. Maybe there's actually a Squishmallow planet out there and they're trying to get back home and they've been stuck in Rainbow Land for so long now, spreading the love, doing their thing, multiplying second by second like vegetables growing in the ground. Maybe they just want to go home to their own planet or something. Maybe they're sicker cats. Maybe that's it. Maybe they're like, we've had enough with these cats. They're furry. And they're always coughing up furry balls. Those furry balls. Mind you, those squishy mallows are probably like fur balls because they're kind of soft and furry like them, aren't they? Even though they're a bit gross, Yeah.
Heidi was just staring at Cherry, wondering how her mind works sometimes. It's like she is from another planet herself. Heidi was just kind of scratching her chin, thinking. She really didn't want to go back to Santa Rainbow Kitty with no answers. She wanted to help them solve this mystery problem. And then Vaya slumped back on the ground as if she was staring up at the sky, and she said out loud,
Oh, I think I'd like to just go home.
And instantly, one of the black boxes that was close by popped wide open. When it popped open, all the sides of the box just laid flat on the ground, and it became a flat, open box. And in the middle of the box was a button. Just one single button. Cherry said,
Oh, OMG. What did you say? What did you do? Did you touch it?
Vaya said,
I didn't do anything. I just said I wanted to go home.
When she said, I want to go home, the button in the middle of the box that had magically opened and flattened right there next to them started to flash like a beacon. A bright red button flashing.
OMG, said Cherry. OMG, said Cherry again. Oh my goodness gracious me. What is it?
Heidi said, well, It looks like some kind of button. It's very strange. It's very interesting. I've never seen anything like it, but I feel magnetically drawn to press on that button, don't you? Cherry said, yeah, I do. It's like when you're getting ready for Christmas, right? And you've got all those presents around the bottom of the tree and you're like, I know I'm not supposed to touch them because Mum's going to get really angry with me if I touch them. So maybe I'll just rearrange them over and over and over again. I'm not opening them, Mum. And you're just touching them and you're smelling them and you're shaking them and you're like, oh God, what is it? What's inside? It's driving me absolutely bazonkers. I feel like that, Heidi. Vaya said, Me too. Oh, it's like when someone buys me a new dress and I just can't wait to try it on. You just can't get in it quick enough. It feels just like that. Heidi said, very carefully, Cherry, pick it up. Cherry leaned over really carefully and picked up the opened box. It stayed open. It didn't change when she touched it or anything. By now, all three of them were sweating. It was like they were on some kind of Mission Impossible thing. They very slowly and carefully walked back, step by step, over so many Squishmallows. It was very difficult because they're so soft you lose your balance on them. But they did it, and they got back to the Rainbow House. When they got inside the Rainbow House, they instantly called on Santa Rainbow Kitty to come and be with them, to show them what they'd discovered. They showed Santa Rainbow Kitty the open box with the red flashing button in the middle. Santa Rainbow Kitty said, Okay, so what does that thing do? Heidi said, Well, we don't know. We didn't press the button yet. Cherry said, OMG. Santa Rainbow Kitty, what if the whole world explodes? Vaya said, I don't think that would happen because if this thing has been made, or all of those machines have been made by the Squishmallows, then they wouldn't do something like that because they're so nice. They're full of love, not hate. They wouldn't make something that would hurt people. Oh yeah, said Cherry. Really good point, Vaya. You're so nice. Good point, Vaya, good point. So what does it do? Right then, in that moment, Santa Rainbow Kitty reached out her paw and just pressed the red button. She was so brave, she just went for it. In that moment, she disappeared. Completely vanished in front of Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya's eyes. All three cats just stood there with their mouth wide open. Cherry was the first one to speak. She kept saying, which wasn't very much. Heidi said, She's vanished. Vaya said, Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe they did make something that makes the world just disappear. Vaya was absolutely distraught. And then, just as quickly, Santa Rainbow Kitty turned back up, standing right there, with her paw hovering over the button that was no longer flashing. She smiled the biggest smile, and then started laughing. Hysterically laughing. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya did not get the joke at all. And then when she finally stopped laughing, she said, Oh, I know what they are now. Cherry said, OMG! Santa!
Mrs. Kitty, Santa Rainbow Kitten Kitty, Santa Rainbow Kitten Mrs. Kitty, whatever you're going by right now. Can you like bring us into the loop, at least? Can you explain where you just vanished into you just vanished. You just absolutely disappeared in front of us. And right then in that moment I was like, oh. And then you just came back and I was like, oh. Can you explain what just happened?
Santa Rainbow Kitty said, "It's a teleport machine. You can go wherever you're thinking about." Right then in that moment, I was just thinking about how much I needed to go to the toilet. I really did need to go to the toilet, guys. I'm sorry. You interrupted me. I was just about to go for a pee when you guys knocked on the rainbow door. And I was like, oh no, I need to pee. And then when I pressed the button, I was still thinking about peeing. And it took me to the toilet. I peed, and then it let me come back. Just like that. In no time at all. In fact, time didn't even seem to exist, did it? Because you said I vanished, and then I instantly came back. Yet, for me, I went to the toilet. I feel so much better now, by the way. Cherry said,
Will you stop talking about going to the toilet? It's a teleport machine. Those smart Squishmallos have made a teleport machine. I wonder what for.
Santa Rainbow Kitty said, I know why. Because the Squishmallows have been concerned about the fact that the rainbows only come ever so often. You guys know, it's been about a year since the last time we saw you. That's way too long. I think they've made the teleport machines so that you can come whenever you need to. You don't have to wait for the special rainbows. You can just think about it and come and see us and go home when you want to. That's probably why it opened and the button started flashing when Vaya said she wanted to go home. Vaya said,
Oh, that's so smart. Oh, those things are so smart, so kind, so loving. I just love them.
Santa Rainbow Kitty and the cats had a really good laugh, and they were so excited about how awesome it would be that they could come and visit any time now. So many things could happen, actually, with this genius invention of theirs. When they got over the sheer happiness and the joy and the shock of what they'd discovered, Santa Rainbow Kitty said, well, thank you for solving the mystery, cats. Heidi, we could probably go to the hospital now and you can meet with Ava and talk about all your doctor things. Cherry said,
OMG, that sounds so boring. Sorry and all that, but I think I'd rather stay here with teenager Kitty and play games. We were having a really good game of ping pong before this all started.
Vaya said,
Yeah, I think I would also like to stay here with baby Rainbow Kitten and because we were going to talk some more about princesses. And if it's okay, Hulk Bear was going to stay here with us too and just kind of watch over us while everyone's gone.
Heidi took a trip to the hospital with Santa Rainbow Kitty. Santa Rainbow Kitty introduced her to her doctor daughter, Ava. Ava and Heidi talked about what it was like to be a doctor for the longest time, until eventually Santa Rainbow Kitty was tired and wanted to go home. She was wishing she would have brought the teleport machine. She could have left them to it a long time ago. But she didn't, so they had to go home the normal way. They drove all the way back to the Rainbow House. And when they got there, the cat said it was probably time for them to go home. It had been a really long day. Santa Rainbow Kitty thanked them so much for solving the mystery, for coming when they saw the special, brilliant, beautiful rainbow that she'd sent them. And the cats were very excited because they were going to get to go home the teleport way. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya all held paws. They closed their eyes. Cherry, before they did anything else, started laughing and said,
OMG, I feel like Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. Should we tap his paws? I want to go home. I want to go home.
Just then, Heidi pressed the red flashing button, and all three of them found themselves back in their bed. Their big, soft, comfortable cat bed that they loved so much. The teleport machine had come with them. It was underneath Heidi, safe and sound, until the next time they needed to teleport themselves all the way back to Rainbow Land. The end.